Друзья, привет! Приветствую вас на канале English Galaxy, и сразу скажу, что это видео не для начинающих. В этом видеокурсе представлены более сложные уроки английского языка. Единственное, я хотел вас спросить, как вы не против более сложных уроков. В принципе, вы знаете, что более сложные уроки, so you can also watch, вы также сможете смотреть на нашем канале English Professionally. В принципе, там достаточно неплохие видео, они быстро набирают, людям нравится, so you know that lots of people like it. So, by the way, между тем, I have a question, у меня есть вопрос для вас. So, в этом видеокурсе представлено два урока, значит, уровня Advanced. Как для вас? Is it okay for you or you want more difficult lessons? Или вам нужны более сложные уроки? Пожалуйста, напишите о ваших предпочтениях. And you'll also see, okay, so not only on English Galaxy, but on our second channel, English Professionally. Ну, давайте теперь посмотрим. Обязательно напишите ваш фидбэк, ваш отзыв. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, see you. Увидимся. Hi. This lesson is for advanced students. If you like the idea of this video, you can put a like. Okay, thanks. So, first of all, I'd like to ask you one interesting question. What is advanced level? How do you understand it? So, what is the difference, for example, between intermediate students and advanced students? So, what's your idea? I know that lots of people think that, first of all, it's grammar. So grammar is in the first place. So some people say that the main difference between intermediate and advanced students is grammar. So do you agree with it or not? So what's your idea? Really, what's your opinion? Actually, that isn't right. You know, why? Because students who have an upper intermediate level, they know grammar almost perfectly. So grammar isn't in the first place. Grammar is very important, but it isn't in the first place. Okay, so if that's wrong or if that's not absolutely right, so what can be right? So the main difference between upper intermediate and advanced students is vocabulary. Right, vocabulary is in the first place. You need to know much more words than just upper intermediate students. Yeah, vocabulary. What else? Yeah, vocabulary, it relates actually to general knowledge, but also speaking is very important. You need to have very strong speaking skills. Right, speaking skills, it's so important. Speaking skills, you need to speak English almost perfectly. I mean, quite good pronunciation and without mistakes at all. So if you make mistakes, you know, it can be very small mistakes and from time to time, but not on a regular basis. So that's it. So vocabulary, speaking skills, grammar, yeah, that's important. And what goes without saying is listening skills. Perfect listening skills. Okay, so how can you evaluate, your listening skills? So when you're listening to a native speaker, do you understand everything? Is it easy for you to do it? Okay, it's easy actually to check it. You can turn on the radio or switch on some program and just try to understand the speech of a native speaker. Do you understand almost everything perfectly or not? So if not, it's a problem. Yeah, so I believe that advanced students understand at least 90% of the speech, so that's the difference. So actually, to sum up, you need to focus on these four things. Yeah, right. So what's in the first place is vocabulary, speaking skills, yeah, it's in the second place, listening skills and grammar. All these things are also important. Okay, so by the way, let me give you an example. So yeah, just imagine that you have this sentence. For example, he is very sad. He is very sad. So if someone says like this, what level is it? I think it's about elementary level. Okay, let's work a bit and let's make this sentence sound more advanced. So let's say it, like an advanced student. Okay, so how can we change it? Okay, so you see there are four things we can do nothing about listening skills and speaking skills. Yeah, because we don't need to listen, we don't need to speak, so we just need to change our vocabulary and grammar. It's not just a bit, greatly. Okay, so what's wrong about vocabulary? Yeah, sad, you know, it's this word is quite simple. Absolutely, this word is quite simple. Okay, what other words, I mean, which mean the same as this word, or which have a similar meaning, can you actually come up with? Yeah, come up with. It's a good phrasal verb. Come up with. Okay, so he is very sad, or you can also say he is very unhappy. Yeah, absolutely, he is very sad. Okay, just let's type it here. He is very unhappy. You see, he is very unhappy. Okay, what else? He's very upset. Okay, anyway, that's great. If you know lots of similar words, that's great, but actually that's almost at the same level, elementary, pre-intermediate, but it's has nothing to do about I mean, upper intermediate and advanced level. So what for example, other words can you name or can you remember? Yeah, so yeah, good question. For example, disappointed. Yeah, so I'm sure that almost all elementary and pre-intermediate students know such words as sad, unhappy, upset, but I'm not sure at all that they know such a word as disappointed. Yeah, so this word is for intermediate students, yeah, for intermediate students and maybe for upper intermediate students. So if you say he is very disappointed, yes, it will sound more advanced. So yeah, a good alternative. Yes, a very good alternative. So you see, he is very disappointed. He is very disappointed. That's all right. Okay, so anyway, I can't say that this is an advanced level, because you know, if you really want to be an advanced student, you need to use different collocations. So what is a collocation? It's, in other words, it's a fixed phrase. For example, he is very disappointed. Yeah, but very again. So you know, we've changed the adjective. So it was sad, and so it got disappointed. We need to think about other words. How can we replace these words? For example, very, yeah, but very again. So actually, that's the same problem. He is very disappointed. But why can't we say, for example, he is bitterly disappointed? He is bitterly disappointed. So it means that he is really very, very disappointed. He is so disappointed. So his disappointment is really huge. So he is bitterly disappointed. So it's a collocation, bitterly disappointed. And actually, in our lessons, so as far as our lessons are concerned, we'll be learning different collocations for advanced students. Yeah, it's an important thing. So he is bitterly disappointed. So I think that actually that's nice. Anyway, advanced students often tend to use different linking words. For example, he is bitterly disappointed. So what is a linking word or a linking phrase? These are some words which are at the beginning of the sentence, or in the middle of the sentence, or at the end of the sentence. Just additional words, you can do without them, but anyway, you know, if you use them, it will sound more natural. That's absolutely right. So let's come up with these words too. You're absolutely right. For instance, we can add something like this, from my point of view. So it seems to me, yeah, it's quite a common phrase, it seems to me, but you know, we can also use from my point of view. From my point of view, from my point of view, absolutely right, from my point of view, yeah, from my point of view. So when we express our point of view, from my point of view, he is bitterly disappointed. Yeah, that's nice. So you see that we changed the adjective. We've used one interesting collocation, bitterly disappointed, and we have added one linking phrase. From my point of view, he is bitterly disappointed. I think that you see the difference. Yeah, he is very sad. From my point of view, he is bitterly disappointed. Actually, advanced students pronounce it more quickly and more naturally. Usually elementary pre-intermediate students say he is very sad. He is very sad. Advanced students, they don't make mistakes as a rule. I mean, such big mistakes. So from my point of view, he's bitterly disappointed. From my point of view, he is bitterly disappointed. Yeah, that's nice. So what about grammar? So really you need to use more advanced structures. Yeah, that's now from my point of view, he's bitterly disappointed. Okay, but anyway, let's look at one more example. For instance, actually, you can see a statement, such a statement as, so money is everything. Money is everything, and you need to say something about it. So do you agree, or for example, do you agree or disagree with this statement? Money is everything. So just let's compare two possible answers of elementary students and more advanced students. Okay, so I think that's right. I think that's right. If you have money, you can buy a lot of things. If you have money, you can buy a lot of things. Yeah, so I want to have more money. I want to have more money. So this is one possible answer. I want to have more money. So is this answer good or bad? Is this answer good or bad? So I think why not? It sounds quite good. Can you spot some mistakes in these sentences? Spot means can you find some mistakes in these sentences? So let's have a look at all these sentences and all these words one more time. So you see, money is everything, and one possible answer, I think that's right. If you have money, you can buy a lot of things. I want to have more money. Yeah, actually that's a great achievement. It's a huge achievement, you know, when we speak English without mistakes. Actually that's absolutely great, really, when we try to speak English absolutely correctly, and in fact that's it. Actually all the sentences are correct. The idea is how to make it sound more advanced. Okay, I think that's right. Yeah, actually let's make this you know, for example, an advanced level, or at least upper intermediate level or higher. So money is everything. So we'll be using just the same ideas, but we'll be saying it another way. So let's do it anyway. So I think that's right. So for example, as far as I'm concerned, is another phrase for as for me. You know, we often hear as for me, as for me, as for me, as for me, especially among Russian students. But okay, you can replace this sentence. And so I think that's quite a good idea if you start using this one. So as far as I'm concerned. So this phrase is more advanced. As far as I'm concerned, you see, as far as I'm concerned. So it's the same as I think, as far as I'm concerned, but you see actually the difference. Yeah, I think and as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, actually it's quite another level. Anyway, so as far as I'm concerned, you can add not just I think. Yeah, you can say that I really think so, I believe, or you need to use more advanced vocabulary. So what words can you use instead of I think, I believe, it seems to me? Okay, so really, what are your ideas about all this? For instance, you can say I'm convinced. Convinced means I really think so. Convinced. I'm sure, or I'm convinced. Yeah, I'm absolutely convinced. I'm absolutely convinced. It means that I'm absolutely sure, I'm absolutely convinced, but convinced, you know, this word actually sounds more stronger, so we put more emphasis on this idea. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, I'm absolutely convinced that you know, yeah, we need to do some phrasal verbs collocations, so that we can't do without money. It means that we can't live without money. We can't do without is a phrasal verb. So really, if you start using phrasal verbs in this speech, I'll be so happy for you. So you see, I'm absolutely convinced that we can't do without money. That we can't do without money. We can't do without money. Yeah. So then we can use, for instance, one more linking phrase. So, however, we can't do without money. However, and then you can develop this idea or say something like this. However, to tell you the truth, to tell you the truth, or to be honest, to tell you the truth. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't put it in first place. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't put it in the first place for several reasons. I wouldn't put it in the first place. I wouldn't put it in the first place. I wouldn't put it in the first place. For several reasons. Then you can add something like this, or you can use some, very common expressions. For example, you might think you can use modal verbs. Why not? For instance, you might think that money is power. Yeah, actually, money is power. It's actually a lot. So yeah, we just, we're using, you can buy a lot of things, but you might think that money is power. It's, I think, so interesting, such an amazing phrase. So really, you might think that money is power. You might think that money is power. You might think that money is power, and then actually you develop your ideas, develop, so you just need to use more vocabulary. And so I think if you ask my advice, you just need to enlarge your vocabulary, to widen your vocabulary. If your actually vocabulary gets stronger, wider, richer, larger, I think that you'll do a lot. So it's what you exactly need. Okay, it's just the first lesson, and in the next lessons we'll be covering more vocabulary, different phrases, collocations, and so different tips for speaking and something like that. So if you really like this video, you can support it, and we'll continue making more and more lessons in English. So if you really need it, it's up to you. Okay, by the way, let's repeat everything. Okay, so general revision. Money is everything. I think that's right. If you have money, you can buy a lot of things. I want to have more money. Yeah, just the first way and the second way. Just on the second alternative, the second option. So whatever. As far as I'm concerned, I'm absolutely convinced that we can't do without money. However, to tell the truth, I wouldn't put it in the first place for several reasons. You might think that money is power. By the way, or something like this, and you continue, and really you can continue this idea and write something about this in the comments, so it would be interesting for all of us, I'm quite sure. Okay, I think that we don't need any kind of repetition, revision. Just we need to actually to freak through all this information one more time in order to make sure that everything is correct, and just that's it, because really I don't like to make mistakes. Yeah, but actually I try to avoid making mistakes. Anyway, just I need to pay more attention to misprints, if any. Okay, so vocabulary, speaking skills, listening skills, and grammar, a very important thing. So focus on these things, please. So vocabulary is in the first place. I'm really absolutely sure that's it. Okay, he is very sad and happy, upset, disappointed. It's mostly for elementary students, pre-intermediate. So if you want to make it more advanced, you can say, for instance, from my point of view, he is bitterly disappointed. Yeah, actually bitterly disappointed is a very common collocation. Okay, money is everything. I think that's right. If you have money, you can buy a lot of things. I want to have more money. Yeah, so the first actually variant and the second variant, as far as I'm concerned, I'm absolutely convinced that we can't do without money. However, to tell you the truth, I won't put it in the first place for several reasons. You might think that money is power, and so on. Yeah, okay, I wish you good luck, and see you soon in the next videos. Bye bye, my friends. Hi, how's life? I think everything's okay, and really let's continue learning English together. I think that we'll have a great time together, and this lesson is mostly suitable for advanced students. Absolutely correct. So, in the last lesson, or we can put it another way, as far as our last lesson is concerned, we're talking about collocations that they can do a lot for you if you really want to improve your vocabulary, to enrich your vocabulary, to make it larger, and if you're really determined to make it sound more natural. Yes, that's absolutely correct. So, and if you ask me to make more informative lessons, so I think that I followed your advice, and actually let's have a look at a list of collocations. I prepared 15 collocations for you, which can be extremely useful in your daily speech. So the first collocations are with highly unlikely. It means highly improbable, or the chances are very low that it will happen. For example, it's highly unlikely that this channel will reach 1 billion subscribers, or I mean it's almost impossible, or in fact it's impossible. The chances are very low. Or you can say that it's highly unlikely that the channel will reach 1 million subscribers next year. Yeah, you can't deny the fact that the popularity of the channel is growing. You see it very clearly that, and of course it's, you know, because of you. You really help a lot, and I highly appreciate it. Yeah, that's another collocation, highly appreciate it. But it's really highly unlikely that this channel will reach 1 million subscribers next year. I don't think so, and I think you have the same ideas. Right, so the next collocation is highly competitive. So what highly competitive niches, markets, or industries you can name? So the level of competition in these niches, industries are so high that just it's something unimaginable. So highly competitive, you know. And if I'm thinking about doing business, I think that I wouldn't start up my company in a highly competitive niche, because I don't want, you know, to lose money. I want to build a profitable business. Next, highly successful. You know, what highly successful businessman can you name, such as Bill Gates, or some businessmen who founded such companies as Microsoft, Google, Coca-Cola? We don't know their names. Not all their names, but we know the names of these companies because they actually built great brands. Next, controversial. So highly controversial things. These things are unclear. We don't know what is right, what is wrong. So highly controversial. We can't actually say it exactly. So it's absolutely right, it's absolutely correct. So we know all the information about the subject. Highly controversial things, they need a lot of time to be discussed, and, you know, we need more information to shed more light on it. Then highly recommend. You can highly recommend this channel. If you really enjoy this channel, English Galaxy, you can highly recommend it. So if you do it, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, highly profitable. Yeah, as we already said, you need to build a highly profitable business. You know why most companies fail? Because they become unprofitable. Yeah, we can use such a prefix as unprofitable. But if you are going to become a highly successful businessman, we need to build highly profitable companies, highly profitable business. And surely, it goes without saying, we need to use highly methods of achieving it, highly effective methods. Yeah, to be more exact, highly effective methods, which can have a very good effect on our business, highly effective ways. And, you know, if we look at learning English, or we can use such a phrase as far as learning English is concerned, we need to use highly effective ways of improving our English. And I think that this channel is exactly what you need. It suits you, you know, because you can have a look at different lessons for levels: elementary, beginner, pre-intermediate, intermediate, and advanced, and even super advanced. Okay, so this is a group of collocations with highly unlikely. So you know that this channel it's highly unlikely that this channel will reach 1 million subscribers next year. Highly competitive. I wouldn't dare to start our business, or we can say to start up our company in highly competitive markets. Successful. I think that we need to be highly successful businessmen if we are really determined to build a highly profitable business. I don't like talking about controversial things, yeah, because it can lead to disagreement. I don't like fallout. It means quarrel. Yeah, recommend. I highly recommend the channel English Galaxy. Yeah, it's a great channel and effective. You know, we are tired, we are fed up with learning English ineffectively, using ineffective methods. We need highly effective methods of learning English, and I think that's what you need. Yeah, let's go on, by the way. Okay, well done, and I have a special task for you. I really hope that you understood the meaning of these collocations. I'll be asking you some questions in English. Please write the answers to these questions in the comments. I'll be using these collocations, which you've just studied. Okay, highly unlikely. What things do you think are highly unlikely to happen? Competitive. What highly competitive niches can you name? Successful. What highly successful people do you know? Can you give their names? Controversial. Do you like talking about highly controversial things? Highly recommend. Do you think you can highly recommend the channel English Galaxy? Profitable. What highly profitable companies do you know? Effective. What highly effective methods of learning English would you recommend using? Right, so a very good task. Okay, let's look at the next collocations. They are with the word bitterly. So you can say, I'm bitterly disappointment. It means that you're full of huge disappointment. You can't hide it. You're full of negative feelings, emotions. If you say just, I'm very sad, I'm very upset, you know, it won't express the meaning of the collocation bitterly disappointed because it sounds much stronger. And regret, you can also say, I bitterly regret doing it. So the main difference actually between the collocations or between the words disappointed and regret is that the word regret sounds more formal, so we usually use it in more formal context. So that's the difference. So, and I have a task for you too. So please write in the comments when you were bitterly disappointed last time, and what you bitterly regretted doing last time. So the things are also of great importance. I mean, so the more you write, the more you speak, the better it is for you. And I think that we need to train these collocations. I think you'll support it and do this task. Okay, well done. Let's go on. And the next collocations are with the word, or with the actually word, yes, exactly, deeply. Deeply regret, so we can say I bitterly regret or I deeply regret. So you can write the same. So when did you deeply regret doing something last time? Shocked. When we were deeply shocked last time. Deeply means greatly. Deeply concerned. If you're deeply concerned about something, it means that you're really worried about that. Or when were you deeply concerned about, for example, the environmental problems, and ashamed. So when were you deeply ashamed last time? So when you felt such a great shame that you couldn't hide it, you were so embarrassed, so, and you were the one to blame. Yeah, so let's repeat these questions. So deeply, what did you deeply regret, or when? Yeah, exactly, what or when. So what's better to ask? I think that what did you deeply regret doing last time? Shocked. When were you deeply shocked last time? Concerned. So, what were you deeply concerned about last time? And ashamed. When were you deeply ashamed last time? And say why. So you can, for instance, start, I was deeply shocked by or with, or I was deeply shocked when, and please continue these sentences. Okay, well done, and let's look at two more collocations with the word ridiculously. Ridiculously means very. For instance, you can say that something is ridiculously expensive. It means that it's really so expensive. Or it's ridiculously easy. It's so easy. So please think what things can be ridiculously expensive and what things can be ridiculously easy. And I have a special task for you. So please write in the comments, yeah, that's it. What things are ridiculously expensive. For instance, I'm absolutely convinced that to buy a flat in the center of in Moscow, even, you know, a small one, is ridiculously expensive. That, you know, just, you know, that less than 1% of people can afford to buy a flat in the center of Moscow. You know how much money, how much it costs to do it. So it's something unimaginable. Yeah, and please name other ridiculously expensive things. So, and easy. So is English easier or difficult? And it's really very interesting to hear from you, to know your point of view. So is English really easy? On the contrary, it's so complicated, it's so difficult that people don't understand the real essence of this language. So please do it, and we're looking forward to your reply, to your comments, to support, to likes, okay, whatever. So the future of this playlist is in your hands. So if you like it, please support, write something, and we'll continue making this series. Okay, thanks for attention. See you. Bye bye.